Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second half here, Court of Swords. Adam, what's going on?
Well, you're all in a tent. So, Operation Sneak into the Temple is maybe a go. You all return to the tent and kind of like, I assume you're not hiding anything from each other, so you debrief, right? So 10 Pillars and Ramus tell the other two what they learned, and then vice versa. So you've all caught up. This is kind of we fade in as somebody is like, and that's everything we know. And then,
yeah. So yeah, maybe it's me. It's just do you think I should try to sneak into this temple tonight? There's guards on the ravine. He said that you're not really sure if the lieutenant's actually talking to anyone. I think we should try to figure it out for ourselves.
Maybe Ramus helps you be unseen with, his
miracle
of such power to hide you with magic. I could possibly enhance your own ability to be stealthy, but kind of be on your own. There's only so much limit to my power.
The issue is if I do get caught, what that means for you three. I would simply say that I was acting on my own and be on my own. I don't want that to fall back on the three of you and for our quest to fail. If we're all okay with that, then that's
better than staying here, waiting for who knows how long. We don't have the time.
We could try a distraction while you sneak in.
I'm not so worried about the people on the ground, but there are guards on the edges of the ravine. They would most likely see me, especially if the camp is well lit at night.
Is there a way, Ramus Krill, that you could spy inside of there without having to go in at all?
Well, there are spells, but you have to distract the priest. He might be onto what I'm doing.
Wait a second.
Need about 10 minutes to prepare.
Have we even tried? Is there a campfire in the tent, Adam?
No.
Is there anything burning in the tent? What's our light source?
No, I mean, the flaps on the front of the tent are open, and there's light coming through.
Is there a fire outside?
There's a spot. One of the central pole that's holding the tent up has hooks on it. You could hang a lantern.
Oh, so there's a lantern outside then? Or we could hang a lantern.
There's just a place. Yeah, there's a place inside that you could hang a lantern on.
Okay, I poked my head out. Is there any fire? Is there any lit fire near me? Or near the
I don't
tent?
think it's nighttime yet, is there? Is it?
It's not, no.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, then yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Duh.
I was thinking that was where the confusion was coming.
That would have been the quickest day we've ever
it's
seen.
daytime.
Sure.
Yeah, it is the
Take a walk around the camp. Nighttime
well,
already.
it is the middle
Weird.
of the day just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there water within the tent?
No, the tent's just empty. Like whatever you brought in with you, that's what there is.
And like cots.
Yeah, and then cots, exactly. The cots don't have like anything on them either. They're just flat like boards that have been nailed to a frame. There's no mattress, there's no blankets. There's just flat surfaces, so you're not sleeping on the ground.
Is there I walk over to the flat surface and pick it up. Is it dirt beneath it?
Yeah.
Like rock?
Yeah.
Is it rock or dirt?
It'd be rock, yeah.
Okay. So maybe you guys see me like
burrows too.
Yeah. you see Maharib like walk outside, look around, doesn't see any. You see him poking his head around. Finally, I like look underneath the thing and I just scoop up a big chunk of dirt in my hand and bring it back over to the group. And then I'm going to try something. If they do have any sense of anti-magic something, I don't even know what's going to happen. I just like compress my hands very tightly together And I guess I'm looking at Ramus when I do this. So I try to form a little statuette of Ramus in my hands out of this dirt and unveil it to see if it, one, lets me do it to see if there's any like anti-magic within the area.
Interesting. Okay.
I was like, is this a spell or are you just...
I'm not telling.
It's a monk ability. Yeah, it's a monk ability that allows you to create a harmless, instantaneous sensory effect related to the elements, light or snuff a candle, chill or warm up to a pound of non-living material. It's the monk cantrip, basically.
Yeah.
It stands in for like prestidigitation, essentially.
Yep.
So, yeah. So you can take this dirt, and normally it would just crumble and fall apart in your hands, but you hold your hand together and you hold it, and there's this little statue of Ramus in your hand.
I like wait to see if there's any alarms that go off. So you see my eyes peek up and wait for that.
No, nobody comes running and they're like, illegal statuary. Like you're fine. There's no response.
Okay. I like go to squash it pretty just to.
Yeah. As soon as you stop concentrating, it'll just crumble apart. You just be like, yep.
Okay.
Whatever.
So yeah, I'd wipe my hands. Well, seems that there's no alarms for that sort of thing. So that's good.
Where'd you learn that little trick?
It's not. As I told Berg, a lot of things happened. I can see things for what they are.
Ramus. Who cares if you can make it dirt you?
Friendship with Ramus has ended. Dirt Ramus is my new best friend. I love you, Dirt Ramus. I love you too, Mahari.
I noticed the body shape was very flattering. I want to thank you for that.
Well, you know what they say, the arcane adds 10 pounds, so.
God.
So a distraction then, Ramus? Is that what type of distraction are you best equipped
Well,
for?
just keep the priest away from the tent, and I doubt the soldiers will know what I'm doing. It'll just sound like praying, but we could try scrying into the cave and see what's in there.
Well, why don't we just do that right now?
As the priest might hear it and know what we're doing and come to stop us, but we could do that now if you guys keep an eye on the priest.
Do you need to shout your incantations, or can you do them hushed?
Well, the speaking volume, but people can overhear.
Berg can be at one edge and I'll be at the other edge of the tent and keep an eye out. I don't see why not. If something happens, we'll just have 10 pillars and you at the ready to dismiss everything.
All right. I can try. I'll prepare the ritual.
Okay. So yeah, I'd go to one edge and tell Berg to go to the other edge and just be on the lookout, Berg, if anyone comes close. So
you hear me? Like I look at Ramus and I know that this is kind of like stolen from your idea, but this is like it actually just came to me. I look at you, Ramus, and I start going, "Oh, the court of coins is great and powerful." And I start singing a song. I look at you and I go, I grab like a seat outside of our tent and I just start singing and trying to cover up his chanting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just like humming the tune, like maybe a little too loudly to myself.
Okay. Make a performance check, 10 pillars.
Shit. Okay.
Let's say DC 15 to be both loud enough, but not so loud to sound like I'm a distraction. Pay attention to me.
I'm
right. Like it's very narrow. Yeah. You want to get attention, but not the wrong kind of attention. So yeah, let's say 15.
That's not a real song of the coins.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to make a perception check, but I'm not going to do it at disadvantage. I'm just going to roll a regular check for the character that I'm got in mind. Okay. So Ramus, you start your ritual.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
So, who's on lookout and where are they?
Who the fuck is this big-eared goddamn guard?
Well, actually, it's Mickey
Wait a second,
Mouse,
I think someone, yes, someone definitely just farted in Los Angeles.
Me and Berg are on watch at the ends of the tent.
Okay, all right. So then, Berg, you know what? It's you spot from whatever edge of the tent you're standing at. You spot the priest of the chariot walking towards you.
Shit.
See him heading that way.
Is he like walking pointedly towards us?
This is the part where Berg sees him and starts going, "Caw,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
just
whatever, it
like
doesn't
he's
matter.
intently, definitely walking towards the tent. Yes.
Okay.
The priest is coming this way. So
Go and
Hold on. Hold on a fucking second here. Where are we stationed? Because I'm wondering, like, he didn't hear that, right?
no,
So,
we're on the
okay,
edges
so
of the
let's
tent,
say-
and he just like looks back in
Yeah,
the
like-
tent and says that.
Okay.
Berg,
okay.
Berg is here and Maharib is there, right?
Yeah.
I assume 10 pillars, you and Ramus are inside
center,
because
yeah.
you're trying to cover for him. Yeah, so the priest is coming this direction towards Berg. So he's moving this way. But he's not there yet. So yeah, Berg, you definitely have time to safely poke your head in the tent and say like, coming.
Okay.
I go distract.
I look at you, Berg, and I'm continuing to sing, and I just put up my hand, and I get up, and I go and meet the priest wherever he may be.
Okay, so like this intersection would be where if you come out, then yeah, he walks up that way. All right,
Okay.
so at this intersection of tents, you walk up to the priest, and are you clearly making a like, thou shalt not pass? Like, are you standing with your chest puffed out a little bit to indicate body language wise to let him know that he can't just walk into the tent? Like, are you being confrontational? And if so, to what degree? Or are you just kind of like eye contact? I'm intercepting.
No, I'm Is there like like, can I do a deception to make it seem like, oh, I just noticed you here. Let me talk to you.
Yes, yeah, you can
Okay.
you can make a deception check to try to be like subtle. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, 17.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna make an insight check to see if he notices something is up. Okay.
Motherfucking plus 12, of course.
He walks over to you and he
Jesus
stops.
Christ.
And he plays along, right? Like he walks up and do you say anything to him or do you let him say the first thing?
No, I'm going with the plan, or with my plan, as if nothing went wrong, because I'm usually pretty good at this shit. So I turn to him. I'm saying, and the cord of coins is, oh, hello, good morning, or good afternoon. Pardon me. Are you
Yes.
giving
He
sermons
kinda
out
screamed-
in the tents today?
He shakes his head. No. Only twice. Sunrise and sunset. I heard unusual noises coming from this end of the camp and thought I would come over and ensure that everything's still fine.
Yes, everything is perfectly fine. I actually need to confide something in you. I was in fact singing to cover up for a friend of mine in Ramus. You met him. He
Yes. That
is in prayer.
interestingly dressed individual. I had some questions about that. Is he in? And he glances at the tent.
He's observing prayer at the moment, and the reason why I was trying to cover up for him is because the prayers that he invokes are not opposed, but not in line with the prayers of the chariot, it's more peace and love than it is for preparedness and killing.
So your
Or-
companion is a priest of the Arcana? Which one?
be better to ask him that. It's
Thank you, I will. And he tries to shoulder you out of the way and walk into the tent, right? He's like,
No, and
that's a great idea. Get out of my way. And he doesn't say that, but he trying to kind of like nudges you out of the way, like he's gonna walk past you.
and I step in front of him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna bump into me or whatever, but I do step in front of him and I say, interrupting a priest in the middle of a prayer. I don't know about omens, but that can't be a good one. I try not to interrupt when he's doing his. I wouldn't expect anyone interrupts you when you're doing yours.
Anyone who would dare interrupt me in the middle of a sermon would die. Get out of my way, 10 pillars.
I don't
Just, like,
think.
glares at you.
Yeah.
Berg is also still standing like in the way, basically. Just so you.
Mhm.
So you
Berg's
know,
in the
it's
doorway.
like he's-
Yeah, 10 pillars.
He's in the
is
doorway.
outside.
Just so you know, like Berg didn't like just move.
yeah,
out of the way.
definitely.
Like he's still there to like block if.
Yeah. Please don't ask me to choose between the camp or my friend. You can understand. Can it wait? Just a few minutes, a handful of minutes until he's done with his daily prayer and you can speak with him.
He scowls and says, if you let me inside, I can verify that this priest of yours is not performing any dangerous ritual. And once I have, we can have our conversation. If you turn me away now, I'm going to have to go and tell our captain about this. And I don't think he's going to be very pleased to know that there are illegal prayers being performed in his camp. I simply wish to confirm.
You've put me in a very, very tough position.
Life is full of difficult decisions.
But I will take the punishment on behalf of my friend. Whatever the captain deems necessary, I will endure. I'm sorry. I hope you understand my position. I'm loyal, maybe to a fault.
Loyalty doesn't count unless it is placed correctly. There is only one thing to be loyal to, and that is heaven. I will relay this situation to the captain. I think you will regret having rebuffed me. And he turns around and walks off.
No, it's okay. You may come in. I am done with my prayer.
Yeah, so you like poke your head out like it's
There's
all
no
good,
need to
man.
involve the captain.
So
No
you
need to involve the
interrupt the ritual midway through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he turns.
I realized I had a
and
high
he-
chance to fail, anyways.
He looks at you, Ramus, and he smiles slightly, but it's like the angry smile of a chimp, not the smile of a person who's happy to see you, you know? Like he makes a
Baring the
slightly
teeth.
he shows you his teeth. Let's not even call it a smile.
Yeah.
And he says to you, 10 pillars, he says, you see, there's no reason to be so disrespectful. And he turns back
Again,
to you and he says,
apologize.
Ramus Krill, was it? I'd like to have a word, if you don't mind.
Very well. Shall we walk in the
Please.
sun?
Yeah, he gestures like, come with me.
And before they leave, I look at Berg and I go,
Yeah.
Berg literally looks at you like just shaking his head, like.
Yeah. Okay.
What
So
are you
Ramus,
shaking your head? I was doing my job. Come on.
No, not disapproving. Just as like
Oh.
it's in solidarity. Like
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This
okay,
guy.
gotcha.
All right. So you, Ramus, you and this priest, you're doing a walk and talk, and so he says, your friends are very defensive of you.
We're in
Why is that?
hard, dire times. And those loyal to us, our friends, our allies, we have to keep them close and protected. More so than ever.
And is that why they are so loyal to you? You protect them?
We are loyal because we have fought together, lived together, helped each other for years now. It's a bond that's been formed over the fire of hardship.
Yeah, he nods as if he agrees with you and says, yes. No stronger bond, not parent and child, not between lovers, nor those who are married in the eyes of heaven. The comradely bond of men and women who fight side by side. I understand this. I have this bond with my soldiers. But you're odd, Ramus Grill. Your vestments are of no church I've ever seen. And from what I heard of that prayer, you're not particularly orthodox, are you? Which of the arcana owns your fealty?
I would say the tower is the closest arcana that I follow. I believe that these trying times require us to be more observant of everything, not just ourselves, but those around us, the things we believe. The tower teaches us to let go of the old and embrace the new.
We do not know each other well yet, Ramus Krill, but in my experience, worshippers of the tower are a dour and hopeless lot. That edifice attracts failures, those who see the world as an unwinnable battle. Every battle can be won with the right steel.
And the chariot teaches us that through hardship and trial, we will form our own destiny that heaven has bestowed upon us. Temperance teaches us to reflect on those. I just go through each of the arcana and like cement the lesson in each version of the arcana to him. The entire lesson is that life is cyclical. I know these teachings well.
He make a religion check.
Okay. 19.
So the conversation then, like you've managed to dodge the question close enough that he's not like, you said that you said the closest is the tower. He missed that part or doesn't care, but you can see that he nods, and as you're speaking, he's doing more nodding, and he says, calms my heart to hear you say that. It can be trying, tending to the soldiers, waiting for battle instead of fighting it. I envy you your freedom in that way. You and your companions, traveling, seeking out greater conflict. I know that heaven will provide me my reward, that I am here on behest of the chariot. I ride alongside it, but well, it's nice to speak with another priest. These men, they have...
Your knuckles must be white holding the reins of the chariot for so long by yourself.
You understand? He nods. He says, often the hardest thing that a priest of my arcana can do is hold back the tide until it's time. These men, each and every one of them, will die in this battle. I hope to give them victory before that happens. Why have you and this agent of the Court of Coins come here?
I believe that just as these men here from all corners of the Court of Swords have come across the country to be here at this moment from many different souls, reincarnations, from all walks of life have come here to form a group to push back the darkness. I think that we as a people need to do that on a larger scale. We're here to rally allies.
So this foreigner comes with an army or the backing of one? Has the Court of Coins finally changed their mind about our holy struggle? Coin counting cowards. They let us suffer for so long.
Every one of us in this world have a reason to hate someone else for petty things that don't matter anymore. I'm sorry, but the fights of the yesterday don't matter when death is at your door. We have to let go of our hatred and move to be the bastion that holds back the darkness, just as your people have done for so long. But I know in your heart that when you see these men, part of you has to know it just isn't enough by themselves. At least a small part of you must know that.
I do not concern myself with tactics or strategy, only inspiration, lust for battle, for victory. I light the fire. The captain is the one that guides it.
I do see fire in these men's eyes, but not passion. That seems suppressed or different in these men.
And my predecessor have helped to free them from distractions. You look at anyone else that lives any place in the world, the city, towns, villages, all distracted. Their minds and hearts pulling them here and there, various directions, chasing love, coin, food, whatever their weakness demands. These men are strong. They need nothing more than victory. They are holy weapons, divine blades in service to the court and to heaven itself. I have made them better, unclouded.
That's odd, because the chariot teaches them that the fire comes within themselves from the will of heaven. What have you done with them? It seems unorthodox.
My work is merely to stoke that fire. I work the bellows. My words, the food, I conjure them. Every act is in service to their victory. Someday soon, I think, we will prove that out. And if I die that day, I know how my soul will be weighed in heaven.
That's a comforting thought. But perhaps this weapon you've created could strike at a more strategic location. That's what we've come to convince the captain is his weapon is needed elsewhere. At the head of the beast.
You're going to find that a challenge, Ramus. The captain is a very special sort of man. He does not give up easily, and the only target in his mind is this necromancer. the head of the
Great.
great black serpent that's wrapped itself around our country.
Great.
then- And he scowls and he says, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. People like you and I, true people of the Court of Swords, not these northern foreigners, must regain control. Even in victory, we have to be vigilant. All around us, especially to the north, there are snakes waiting for their moment to slither in and take what's ours. Once we've driven back the Mara, that will not be the end of it. I promise you. Just wait. You'll
Do
see.
you have the power to get us an audience with your captain?
He shakes his head. Captain only speaks directly to his lieutenant. A strange man, but so it goes.
Well, I am a man of prayer. If you need a little help with anything, including conjuring of food, I'm willing to help. But you look like you're more than capable of doing it all yourself. It's just an offer.
Sharing the burdens granted to one by heaven is an act of blasphemy, Ramus. This weight is my own to bear, and I will do so until victory.
Your faith is very strong, my friend. Unwavering.
That's not
He's
really what he just
undead.
said.
These undead won't stand a chance against this fervor I see in you.
He like nods like, yeah, I hear you, like, but I'm not that easy to butter up. So he kind of nods like, yes, quite. And he says, I hope the captain will find audience time for you soon. These things are unpredictable. One cannot see the wheel of heaven turning. You understand?
Well, I bid you farewell, my farewell, comrade. I shall return to my friends, and you to your people.
And he looks at you before you go, seriously, like, hang on a second. You need to make sure you hear this. Do not trust that 10 pillars of gold. He is a man distracted. His loyalties clearly divided. He is foreign and has foreign interests. Remember that.
I will remember that. Farewell.
All right. So yeah, you're somewhere on the other side of the camp, and he stops to oversee some fighting practice, and you head back to the tent. So Maharib, Berg, and 10 Pillars, you just wait for Ramus to come back, or Maharib, do you have further things you want to do?
I think once Ramus leaves, I walk to the other end of the tent and just ask Berg and 10 Pillars to like catch me up on what happened, or if everything seemed fine. And I'm sure they, seem to think it did, but yeah, I don't know if we need to RP that out, but
Yeah, okay.
No, I just let you know what happened. Like, we tried to distract him, and the Ramus heard it and interrupted his ritual, came out and saved our asses, basically.
yeah, I think it's just, we're just waiting. We kind of just stand there
Okay.
at the edge of the tent, and if anything, I'll try to, while I'm doing this, I try to take another look at the guards to see if there's a schedule that I can glean anything about, but yeah, I don't know if I need to make a roll for that to actually do it or what.
Yeah, I think I don't think you have that opportunity. Like these,
Okay.
you've got a pretty good handle on how these guys operate. There probably isn't much more for you to glean.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't do anything.
Okay, yeah. So Ramus, you get back to the tent where your friends are.
Yeah, I think he walks in.
Yeah.
And, so what was that about?
Well, in hushed voice, the man is deranged. His belief in the words of the chariot have gone to a sickening length. and he's very xenophobic against foreigners.
Does it sound like he has?
So-
Go ahead.
So 10 pillars for you, and I guess actually Berg too, because you're familiar with the Court of Swords. That's like a description of pretty much every person in the Court of Swords, right? Kind of xenophobic, distrustful of foreigners, highly religious, super militant. Like all of those things could be said of pretty much anybody. That's part of the sort of cultural stereotype of like there's probably a stereotype of a Court of Swords soldier who like can't make any decisions for himself because he's always got to have somebody tell him what to do, and he doesn't speak any languages except peasant, right? Because it would be forbidden to learn a foreign language. Like there's this caricature of a citizen of the Court of Swords that he fits nicely into.
Everything boils down to the captain. They all serve the captain. We need to get to him, talk to him somehow.
Has he spoken with the captain? Did he say otherwise?
No, he hasn't seen him in a long time. The lieutenant's the only one who talks to him.
Did it seem like he knew that you were casting a spell that let you see inside?
I think he was suspecting of something, but I think he's distracted enough that I don't think he will think more on it right now.
Well, I'm still okay with the plan going ahead tonight, if everyone else is. I don't know what your distraction is going to be, or if you even want to try and cause one, but we need to get in that temple.
We do.
I don't know that a distraction is the right way to go now. The priest will be on high alert. He knew something was funky when I started talking to him. He was already very suspicious of me, and rightly so. The Court of Coins and the Court of Swords don't exactly get along. We have different views of each other. So if we were to create something massive, distraction-wise, it would be...
He would know.
Might be seen through easily.
Ramus,
So-
did he enjoy talking to you?
He seemed to enjoy having a man of the cloth to talk to for once. All these people here are just regular soldiers.
What if you proposed a dinner?
He's not my type.
I mean, a friendly one, Ramus.
Oh, I could try to distract him. Actually, my plan from yesterday might actually work. We could gather the boys and start singing songs of the old country, the Court of Swords. With Berg and 10 Pillars to help sing along, maybe we could get everyone to sing and be merry and jolly for just even a moment, so you could slip in.
Well, the priest suspects you,
Hey.
not me. So if anything, you being the one to cause the commotion might be...
Well, it would be subtle.
Okay.
Just start singing, just me and him and the people at the table. Then if the boys join us, then so be it.
I've been observing how this camp has worked. Walking up and down and watching their service. There's no levity here. There's no singing. There's no playing of games or gambling like any other soldier's camp. I don't think they would join us. I think they would shut it down immediately and then be suspicious of us for trying to inject any of it. So, I'm of the opinion that if we're going to do this, we do this quietly. I don't mind the idea of Ramus joining the other priests for a chat and a bit of food, if that's possible. But other than that, I think we all just keep quiet and let Maharib do what he plans on doing.
It's fine for me.
I hate those songs, anyways.
That's fine, Berg.
Well, are we to carry this out tonight? Are we waiting a day?
I say sooner the better.
I agree.
Some ticking time clock of this mysterious plan the guy's working on. We don't know how close he is to finishing it.
Very well. What time is it, Adam? How much time do we have till dark falls?
It can be whatever time you need it to be. Yeah, we can wait, and we can just say like, now it's dark, right? Clock wipe, it's dark.
What happens? Because we haven't walked around at night, right?
Nope.
So maybe darkness.
It's the same.
falls.
It's the.
But
so
but
night
is there torches?
night is the
all
same as
across
day
the-
in terms of.
Is there?
Yeah. So
torches
if you want to
lit
look
everywhere?
for light, so you don't need a light source in your tent. Why would you? You're just going there to sleep, and that's the end of that, right? So none of them have like, you don't see any lights from the tents. The field, the little battlefield over here, the practice field, it does have torches all around it. So there's like torches keeping, so they can see while they're practice fighting. And so that's, they got torches there, and that's primarily where the light is. And then there's fires on here. There's built-in like stone kind of basins that automatically, they're magic. So they automatically burst into flame when the sun goes down. They burn all night, and then when the sun comes up, they go out.
Okay. Are they roaring fires? Or are they torches? Like, can I snuff them out with elemental attunement?
So the ones you could snuff these ones out around the field, but everyone would notice right away. They would be like, but these ones are they're magical. They're not like natural fire, so you can't really like, if you try to snuff them out, they just burst back up. They're about the size of a campfire, but yeah, they're eternal, right? They're like continual flame spells.
And those things obviously provide pretty good light.
Ramus could dispel them probably, but yeah, you can't use that particular power. And yeah, they illuminate, like they have an overlap where they illuminate the center part of the, look
Okay.
at oranges.
Then maybe that's,
They illuminate the center part of the
maybe that's the first hurdle.
entrance.
Like I look outside and maybe walk near them and try to the way that Maharib would describe it, like harness the key and pull the key out from the flame and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they flicker, right? They like flicker and go out and then burst back in as soon as you stop.
Okay. So that happens. I go back to the tent. Ramus, I can't snuff the torches out at the entrance. Do you have ways of dealing with that? Have you ever seen anything like that?
Well, if they're magical fire, they could be dispelled, but that would draw attention. Something that should never go out, suddenly going out.
I mean, it's like a classic stealth video game tactic, right? Like, hey, who put out the light? And then they go to investigate.
They're going to be very hard to get by, without a doubt. I can try. I have no issue with that. I'm just saying that's the biggest hurdle at the moment.
Yeah.
Ramus is thinking. That's why we're all waiting, by the way, for
Right.
podcast.
Everybody's
Ramus
just
is
waiting.
thinking. He's got his
Yes, we're watching Ramus
Yeah.
think. So yeah, that's the thing, right? So to kind of sum it up, there's the soldiers on the ground. There's the lieutenant, though you haven't seen him all evening. There's the guards up on the cliffside, kind of keeping an eye on the camp and looking up above. And then there's these fires that are keeping this from being in darkness. And there's shadow and stuff, but mundane stealth is going to be much more challenging with those fires lit.
I could get in.
What do you mean?
Adam, is there an ethereal plane in this game?
Yeah, it isn't. I mean, no, it's a valid question.
know,
Yes,
totally.
I mean, it's not the same as the D&D like ethereal plane, and we wouldn't call it that, but there is some kind of lubricative layer between the various places of heaven and whatever. So yes, spells that use ethereality as a thing still work in Court of Swords. Yeah.
So you say I can get in, and what do you mean, Ramus? Let's get into this.
There's a very powerful spell. I could in an instant disappear and then walk in there and observe and observe what's happening inside.
As in, you would be invisible? What are we talking about here?
I would slip between the fabric of reality, but peer inside.
I'm not a fan of this. I understand. There are things that I know that exist outside of this world. I don't know if you want to.
In fact, I could take all of us. But that would be suspicious.
Would the dwarves stay here? What would we do with them?
One of the dwarves looks over and waves. Hello.
Uh,
Still here.
just-
Yes, hi.
They'll just chill in the background in AFK.
Yeah, pretty much. Put them on follow.
Ramus, one of the things I was privy to is when I spent time in the dwarven jail is what lies between this world and within other worlds.
There's risks, of course.
Well,
But it's one way we could get in without anyone in this camp seeing us.
I leave it up to the party then. I have no issue risking myself, but if everyone wants the same risk to share that weight, I believe it might be the smarter option.
Well, I like the idea of Ramus going. And if I heard you correctly, my studies and travels, I've heard of this sort of thing. It's not like the dust I had. It doesn't render you invisible. It takes you out of this plane and into somewhere else in between. You're not undetectable, but for instance, I'm feeling this robe that I'm wearing would be able to see you. But short of that, I think that's the best idea. Now, do you want to go alone, Ramus Krill, or do you want to bring somebody with you? Or all of us?
Someone should go with him, whether it's all of us or just one. You should not traverse that realm alone.
Well, if I had to choose, I could take one of you, two of you, or all of you. It's your choice.
How fast would you move in this other realm?
Normal speed walking.
Adam, what would you say distance-wise it is to here to the temple? This map's not to scale, that's why I'm asking.
No, it's definitely not to scale because it's more than 25 feet. Though probably not by much. Like from here to the entrance, maybe 100 feet. Quick jog.
I can be in and out of the temple before you can finish a sentence.
Unseen, though.
Whether they see me or not, that's another question. But can they see something that moves that fast? I don't know.
I don't think with this particular magic that Ramus Krill is talking about, it matters on whether you go in or out fast. Just a matter of if they can see you, if they have the power to see you or not.
Do you have to perform the spell on yourself, Ramus? Or can it be on other people?
It's either myself or using more power I can cast on others as well.
But if you were to cast it on me, you would also be taking the spell upon yourself.
Yes, I would have to go.
Could you just stay here?
Well,
Are you suggesting, Marib, that you would go in by yourself?
Yes, with this spell on me. I'd be out
Why?
very quickly. Ramus risk more by going in. If I get caught, there's ways I could spin my lies so it's not connected to the party. If Ramus gets caught, that priest knows.
I think it's a matter of protection. I think it's a matter of you getting out alive. You have a better chance with Ramus Krill by your side. This is what I suggest. I suggest
I can end the
that
spell in
Ramus
an
Krill,
instant. We could teleport back to where we are at the blink of an eye if we run into danger.
Well, I think that's our best bet.
I'll run point. I'll walk the distance from here to the practice field where they hold their sermons and they do their sparring. Give a look to see if there's anything hidden, invisible or otherwise. And I'll return and tell you if there's any unforeseen people, eyes, objects, traps, anything like that. Physical traps I can't see, but what I can see as good as the next man. But if there's something beyond the veil, so to speak. Does that sound fair to you all? Berg, you haven't said much.
So, I don't say a lot. You do the talking, planning. Berg not speak in plans. I just want to do something.
Well, this would be doing something, Berg.
Does
Then
Berg
yes,
go with you?
I think we all go at this point.
no one should be split, especially now.
Do our bodies remain here, Ramus? Or are we...
We will, your entire essence will move into the other realm. And when it ends, you'll move back
in an instant to this spot?
to the spot you currently occupy in the other realm. So if we run into the creatures that are, or something, we can come back instantly into this realm.
If anyone runs into something, there should be no hesitation. Is that understood?
Yes.
Very well. I'll do my pass, circle around, tell you what I see.
Very well.
All right.
I do just
So
that.
10 pillars,
I
you're
started our tent.
gonna recon the area.
Yep.
All right.
Started by
Make
10, go past the temple entrance, circle along the side of the sparring. Basically just a big circle all the way around the camp.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Do you have advantage or anything because of your cloak?
Yes, advantage or
gives you
wisdom
advantage,
checks,
yes.
perception checks that rely on sight.
Give me that crit.
Okay. So good.
So that's
You
a
got
crit.
28. Okay. What are you looking for? What do you want to know?
I want to know if there's any unforeseen things. Like, we know where the guards are set up, we know about the fires and stuff like that, but are there any like things that are invisible or on the ethereal plane or anything like that that are going to give our plan away or anything like that?
I gotta check something
Okay.
about that robe. Or I can answer this question. Let's see. All directions. Interesting. Okay. No, everything is as you expect it to be. The priest is over by the field talking to some sergeant. They're still drilling their protocols of stab and chop. The lieutenant is passed out on the stairs. He's just laying on the stairs. It's like hands behind his head, and it's like an incredibly uncomfortable place to sleep, but he seems to have fallen asleep there. But yeah, otherwise half the people are training, the other half are sleeping.
Okay. I make a
This is,
my
just an
leisurely
aside.
stroll. I come back
Oh, sorry.
and I tell everybody, well, as far as my eyes can see, it's pretty straightforward. Just guards and the fires, but the spell should hide us from all those eyes.
Max, did you have a question?
No, it wasn't really super relevant, but I was just curious. Is anyone even here like drinking at all, like they would in a normal like military camp? Fucking straight edge cultish
None of
militants. Wow.
They have the chariot to qualm their thirst.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm drunk
like
off
the
of the
priest.
captain's love, man.
Yeah,
Man.
like the priest. Exactly, like the priest said, it's the promise of victory and the fulfillment of a human destiny. Right? Like you've just walked into some kind of like highly militant. It's not a cult because this is a mainstream religion. Like they just happen to care about it a lot. So yes.
Listen,
They
what are
they're
mainstream
fulfilled.
religions, if not cults, that became more than what they?
I mean, yes, but like in this case, this is straight up like this is a normal religion. It's just they happen to be very aggressive about it.
Adam, what
okay.
are normal religions?
In this world, I get to say what's normal.
I'm
Priest
just
of the
being
Arcana.
silly.
I know you are. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's your intelligence run. That's what you get. 10 pillars as you walk around.
Good.
All right. In this realm, you will make no sound in this one. You will not be able to affect this realm. You will see it. It'll all be gray. You can move through objects as if they weren't there. But we will basically be like as ghosts.
Please keep your hands and arms inside the ethereal plane and put your character sheet in an upright and locked
You may
position.
find some slight disorientation as we move into the plane. This is normal.
Yeah.
Do not panic. And stay near your nearest krill.
Sorry, make sure you know where your nearest krill is. It might be behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ramus, this spell, the prayer happens almost basically instantaneously, right? It's an action. You cast it. Part of the prayer for etherealness is you are praying to open the way, right, to expedite travel. This is a moon prayer predominantly, right? Like the priest of the moon invented the spell and then gave it to the others. It's part of what they use to do their wonky moon bridge things. So this is a limited version of that. And what you're mostly praying for is the universe not to forget you, right? You're praying to heaven to be like, please, it's not even about like, it's like open the door, but while I'm gone, please remember me so that I might return to my body, that my spirit and body might become one once more and I may fulfill my destiny to heaven. You know, you have to say your name, you say the names of the people you are casting the spell on, and you recite some important deed that each one has performed, right? So that the universe will remember them. And then all of you, this is an incredibly disorienting perspective. I can only really describe it as like stepping sideways, right? Where if you are in the world, you can move in any direction in the world, and suddenly Ramus grabs you and pulls you in a direction that is orthogonal to reality. So you shift into a side realm that is adjacent to this one. What this looks like for you is everything around you takes on a blue and gray kind of palette, like the color shifts and it becomes gray. Everything around you suddenly that is still in normal reality has this like sparkling sheen as if like the first frost of winter. So everything is like slightly sparkly, and suddenly the silence, right? You start to think like, yeah, maybe something's wrong with your ears or something, and you can't hear anything. It just suddenly becomes like being underwater, like your ears are plugged. But yeah, and you're still standing in your tent, but you are somehow adjacent to your tent. As I say, yeah, don't do that, Zeke. People will think I killed you again.
I know, that's why I'm putting it back.
So yeah, what do you want to do? You are now standing in what scholars would call the ethereal plane. Maharib, you expressed prior to this spell being cast some reservations about visiting this place.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
For the other three, there is the weirdness of travel and the normal sensate strangeness of this place. You are the only one who can hear the faint sound of pipes. This faint kind of piping sound, this faint music kind of hanging in the air. No one else can hear it, but you hear it. Haunting minor chord notes dancing delicately somewhere outside of sight.
Far away or
Who
no
can
idea
hear that?
away? I can hear that.
Only Maharib, and you don't know. It's around somewhere.
So the second we go, can we talk in this realm? I guess I try to talk.
Yep. Yeah. If you speak again, this place drains your speech of like deep inflection, and everybody you hear kind of funny because, as Raymond says, you're all basically like pseudo ghosts, but you can still communicate. Yep, you can still talk.
Do you hear that? Flute.
I hear nothing.
You don't. Let us be done with this quickly.
Let's go as fast as we can and through the door.
Yeah, I start walking towards the door, maybe faster than everyone else.
All right. The piping sound gets louder the closer you get, Maharib. For the others, you approach the temple, step delicately, perhaps out of habit, over the legs of the sleeping lieutenant, and into the temple entrance, I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. It's becoming quite loud now, Maharib. Like you can hear it as if someone were playing a set of strange ocarina or some pan pipes or something. It has this tinny kind of sound, so it sounds like it's being made by some kind of metal instrument. And it's getting louder, and like to the point where like if the others are speaking quietly, you can't hear them.
Okay. If that happens at all, I'm definitely going to do the like, what did you say? really loudly in normal volume to them. But I don't say anything of it. If they don't hear it, they don't hear it. I would assume that some sense of like my third eye has been opened is probably causing some sort. I'm trying to figure out all the different reasons that this could happen in my head and not say them out loud. So I'm just dealing with it and moving forward.
All right. So who is the first person to cross the threshold and into the temple?
Probably me or Berg, I would think. Although we did let 10 Pillars say that maybe he should go first since he can kind of see everything, both magical and everything at all. Yeah. I don't know. If we want to kind of cut back to figure out if we had a decision there, that's fine. If not, I would be the first one through if I had it. If I had my way, I guess.
I'd volunteer to scout ahead if my robe is any help.
Okay. Then yeah, maybe we go as a group with 10 Pillars, like 5 or 10 feet ahead. So he would be the first one through.
All right. So 10 Pillars, you enter into the interior of the temple. So inside the temple is carved out of the walls of a cave. Right? So don't think of it as a cavern. Think of it as like, it's got a square hallway and there's carvings on both walls, much like the front of the place is carved. And in here, much the same, there are shelves with skulls on them. It's dark, though you can see because of your robe. It's dark in here. The walls are damp, like they're moist, and everything has that sort of ethereal sparkle that you're seeing. There are hanging from the ceiling. You can walk right through them, but if you were walking through here, you'd have to duck. Hanging from the ceiling, there are hundreds of pieces of thread or twine hanging from. They've been tied to the ceiling, and on them there are bones. And if there were a faint breeze or perhaps someone would run through here, it would jostle all the bones together. But now they just hang silently. 10 Pillars, you hear someone
you see me like
inside,
like
your finger goes through it.
Through the exactly. Just go like through the bones, like just making I'm just
10
like
Pillars,
playing. I'm on drugs.
You hear faintly in the distance somebody playing a flute, maybe very quietly.
The ethereal plane doesn't affect how I hear other things. Like I can hear the crackling of the fire of the torches outside, and you can hear all that shit, right?
Yes, you perceive
Okay.
the material plane from the ethereal
Okay.
as though through a liquid barrier. So it is a bit distorted, but it's still clear.
Okay. I'm gonna trust in the spell. I mean, we didn't come this far, so I'm just gonna keep on going.
All right.
And just
You
like
hear a
beckoning them
whisper.
on.
You hear a whisper suddenly in your ear, 10 pillars. And almost every word of the sentence is spoken with a different voice, some familiar, some unfamiliar. Maybe one sounds like Berg, another like Ramus, another like your dead children. So you hear this voice, and it says, "Who brings a watcher into our midst? Is it you, 10 pillars of gold? Why have you come so far? This place is only death for you. You and your friends. Turn back now. Send away the watcher. Leave the darkness to the shadows. Go." And you hear this like ping-ponging back and forth. Like you turn and you hear a few words here and then another few words over here. And it's all kind of like coming at you all at once.
I look back to my friends and look like your voice. Oh, and I forget, like I can talk and no one can hear me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you all hear voices?
We don't hear
I
voices.
suppose I could do it in character.
No, none of you hear it. No.
I'm hearing whispers. Maybe some sort of defense mechanism.
What are they saying?
I walk back to them so that we're in close proximity.
So
They were
as
using
you
voices.
turn, like if you move towards the exit, you hear this whispering of like, "Good, yes, to safety. Go back to the light. Return. Turn your back on this place. Leave now." And it all just kind of like whispering around you.
Yeah. I start to tell them like there were voices that I heard, and then you see me just go. When I started walking back to you just now, you saw me. They told me to turn back when I was over there, and when I came back to talk to you, they encouraged me to leave. They said, "Yes, go back." And it was in your voice, and your voice, and your voice. Back and forth through my ears.
They don't want us to see something.
True. I just wanted to say what I was hearing.
Ramus, remember
Say
what
we
I
all-
said.
We all stay in this group now.
If we are in danger, I can bring us back into the real cave in an instant.
All right. We press on.
Yeah. Now I'm not in front of them. I'm just like, I'm in front, but I'm not like 5-10 feet in front. I'm just
Yeah, you're all
barely
kind of
in
closer
front.
together.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you turn, there's like a series of like sort of disappointed sighs that you hear, like, "Ah, so it'd be very well. Come in then. Bring your friends."
That's just to us or to everyone? Or just
to 10 pillars.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we keep moving forward as a group. Unless we're told otherwise.
Okay. All right. So you enter. Now this place is a bit labyrinthine. There are hallways that branch off. It's much bigger than it looks from the outside. So the hall is about 10 feet wide, about the same height. The walls are covered in either ancient looking Court of Swords temple carvings. So primitive depictions of the arcana, various depictions of worshippers presenting sacrifices, like fairly common temple stuff of a certain age. Really, from an archaeological standpoint, it's fantastically well preserved. The walls are dripping with this kind of like strange fluid that at first maybe you thought was water, but as you get closer and as you come into it, you realize it's like a bit thicker, and may or may not actually exist in the real world. You can see it sort of dripping from the ceiling, blobs of it sort of sliding down the walls. And Maharib, the fluting, the cursed fluting continues until it's like the further you go in, it's almost like you can't hear much else.
Yeah.
Do you continue, Maharib?
Am I losing sense of faculties, or is it just
No,
very
it's
loud?
just like loud. The volume is slowly getting turned up on a thing that is like avant-garde jazz played on a ocarina made out of bones.
Okay. I mean, I'm doing my best to, trying to keep my mind at ease and keep this shit out of my head as best as possible. So
It's a hell of a description.
Thank you. Can you make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, please?
sure. Here we go. DC 15, you said?
Yes.
So I got
Got
to
it.
roll 6 or higher. Oh my God.
Whoa.
All right. So you were able, for the moment, to ignore that hideous piping, but you can still feel it scratching at the walls of your mind. And I
Okay.
think that at this point, you all start to hear voices, the voices whispering. And 10 Pillars, Berg, and Ramus, the voices are quiet and coddling and gentle, right? They're like, yes, you're so close to your goal. Come closer, down, deeper into the darkness. You'll find what you're looking for. We have it here for you. He's waiting, and all you need to do is find him. So you three hear that, but Maharib, all you can hear is the hideous piping sound. And it just like fills all the space in your mind to the point where you can't feel your own thoughts.
When I make that,
What are you gonna do?
mechanically, when I make that check, or I guess character-wise, when I make that check, is that like me trying to steal my mind?
It is you resisting the maddening cacophony
In the
for a
sense of-
time.
Okay, then I know. Okay, so maybe when that happens, I kind of I put my hand out to Rams and say, something is not right here. I don't know why you three are not affected, but I am having a very hard time with this. We can press on, but if something happens to me, get us out of here.
Hold on to me. I will be your brace.
Yeah, I keep my arm on Ramus's shoulder and walk forward.
All right. So 10 Pillars, are you leading the way?
I stop Ramus, and I go, I think we're all hearing the voices now. And the music. Seems that Maharib is hearing it more
I'll be fine, 10
Prevalently.
pillars.
than the rest. But you have a way to make us not hear it.
I
I know
do
there's
not.
magics that can cause blindness and deafness and all sorts of different ailments. Maybe we can use that.
I don't think it's you're hearing it with your ears, 10 Pillars.
Yeah, and so as you're speaking, it's hard to talk. So because as you're talking, Ramus, you're hearing voices, both your own and others, speaking into your ears at once. And they're saying like, oh, so wise, Ramus Krill, a beacon of light in these dark times, savior of your friends, caster of miracles, come forth into the sanctum and receive your reward. We have waited so long for you, Ramus. It's like you can feel your ego being massaged by these voices.
Is that the same
And in the
for all
same
of us,
way,
that
like
they're saying things
yeah,
we wanna
like
hear?
Berg, you're hearing the voices of every person you ever wanted to say nice things about you, saying things about like how brave you are and how strong you are and how like your friends need you, right? That your friends like you can protect them. And never turn your back on them and like stay close as they delve into this place. And they're just like reassuring voices telling you like just how great you are and how all you have to do is just come closer. We have a reward for you. Such rewards.
I like this place.
Maharib, it seems that all of us are being coddled, being told sweet lies, and you are being driven away. It seems that you are the most important. You must be the thing that they might be afraid of, so power through. I will help best I can.
You get a nod, but for the aside,
I'm doing the inspiring thing that I do.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
The aside is
yeah.
aside is Maharib going, what?
Right? 'Cause literally, you have fucking Jethro Tull in your skull going.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, stop it!"
Yeah.
I'm thinking of just like Rush or something, just Fly by night. Away.
It's just it's just like it's a bunch of
secretary.
Just that type of shit.
it's a flute. Yeah, it's an all flute 16-person avant jazz band, and they live in your head. So I do need you to make another wisdom save.
Okay. All right. Now, is this because? Well, I guess I'll ask that later. Wisdom.
You
save.
can add a d6 to it for my
Yes,
like
you have a D6.
bad inspiration, but
Okay.
mechanically,
No, it worked.
A
Yeah.
crit.
never mind.
All right. So you and this is purely Maharib, right? So I think there's a really good opportunity to color this if you don't mind my describing it for you. But
Sure.
you hear the howling right in your mind, and then in the center of your inner, like you turn your eye inwards, looking into your own soul, right, as monks can do. So you turn the eye inward, and suddenly, as if the only way I can describe it is piercing, but a single tone pierces the chaos flute and peels it away, right? It peels away and disappears. There is this single like perfect bell sound, like a crystalline sound that spreads out from the inner mind chakra and clears this sound. And you know that this is a technique that belongs to a lineage extending out generations behind you, right? That this is a gift from your bloodline. This is a gift from the monk that trained you, and the monk that trained him, and the monk that trained him. Yeah, this kind of calming ohm kind of ripples through, and the hideous piping falls away,
Does the voices go away?
and suddenly it's gone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So outwardly, you see me just close my eyes, and then I just open my eyes, and all that's like cleared.
Yeah.
Now, would I know if that, because of that, what we're experiencing, or do I just know that we cleared, that I got rid of all that? Like, does that tell
I
me
think
anything?
for now, no. I mean, I think for now you used ancestral Goliath powers to retain control of your mind. You don't know much else.
Okay. All right. So that happens. It's safe to move forward for now.
I think 10 Pillars, amidst all the like coddling voices, when Maharib says it's safe to advance for now, you hear a sing-songy, and it's definitely you had children, right?
No, actually.
Okay, so
I had a
it's
wife,
the
and
voice.
we were very young, bride and groom, before we were planning on having
Yeah.
children.
Okay. So the voice you hear is the voice, and I will decide how you his. It is the voice of the child you never had the chance to have. Like it is the sound you hear your wife's voice in it. You hear your own, and all it says after Maharib says it's safe to continue. You hear, "That's what you think."
And you just I'll do just a curse at it, whatever curse I can come up with, just like fuck you, foul voice.
Whatever you're hearing is not real. Keep that in mind. Try to focus on that. I don't know what they're saying to the three of you, but you can get through this.
I just nod.
You gonna
Keep
press on?
pushing.
Okay, so 10 Pillars. I'm gonna get you to make a survival roll because you're the one in the front as you attempt to navigate this maze.
Okay.
I was going to say that I would swap to the front, but that's fine.
I was.
Oh yeah, you can
know
do it
what?
too.
I
Like
was
if
gonna
you
say
want to
that.
hold, yeah, if you want to hold back and let Maharib do it, then yeah.
Yeah, you see that I'm like clear of mind and I'm talking at normal volume again. So
Okay.
things are proper. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
that makes me...
Well, and after that whole speech that I said, like I would put you in front just to make sure, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So if I am I making survival roll now?
Yeah, survival to navigate the maze.
You gotta tell me the DC or no?
No, just roll.
All right. I won't use inspiration. I don't know what this is for.
All right. So
Wow.
navigating, you got an 11, which is not good. So
That's a
you're
skill check,
navigating
right?
the
Yeah, fuck.
yeah, you're navigating the maze, or trying to at least, and it's just like one hallway full of skulls after another, and you're turning around and trying to stick to one wall, but then you have to turn right, and then so you're not lost, but like you're in here deeper, and there's no way, like the number of steps you've taken, there's no way you could be this deep into the walls. Like this place would be massive, right? So you're just like wandering around, getting confused and turned around, and the further in you go, the more that viscous, I mean, ectoplasm is the only word for it. The more you see it like building up on the walls, it's dripping down. You turn and look and you see like one of the skulls in the shelf, and it's like completely covered in this stuff, and it's like pouring out of the skull's mouth and down the front of the wall. And this stuff, yeah, it's everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the ceiling, dripping onto the floor. I assume you're trying to avoid touching it, but yeah, it's the further in you go, the more this dripping ooze is present. The voices have become quiet, but you can hear every once in a while a whisper, as if the voices are talking to themselves, like, oh, they've gone that way. And then like it just disappears. You hear various sounds, like little tiny whisperings, and otherwise silence. But you feel this like tension in the air, right? You feel this like feeling of something is waiting. There's a sense of waiting here.
I think we keep pressing forward.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to answer for the group.
Yeah.
But it seems like everyone's in
no,
agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you continue moving through
You
this.
just see
through
the
this
after show being like, I tried, dude. Like Adam's just like, I tried to warn you guys. Like, how much more of a don't enter thing do you need from me?
I kept making it weirder and shit, you know?
So you continue through the ethereal reflection of this ancient temple, trying to move forward, finding your way through its twists and turns. And as you do, I think you start to notice that the ooze is taking on familiar forms. So you'll look over and maybe see like the pupil of an eye floating in the ooze before it dissolves. You see a hand growing from a shadowy corner and then melting back into the sludge. And yeah, it seems to be like mimicking you, maybe, or like you see your own reflection, and the sludge will bend and form to take on a replica of your face before then breaking apart in a gruesome way and dissolving back into the slime. There's like 2 inches of it on every surface now. Like you're having to slop through this stuff as you press on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We keep moving forward.
Okay. All right. So I think that you eventually reach an archway, right? It's not just hallways anymore. It's an arch, right? So you see this like square arch built in the traditional style. And inside there is a room. It is a vaguely circular room, like shaped like a cylinder, right? It's maybe 20 feet tall. All the way around the walls, 2 inches back, there are more skulls, human skulls, like thousands of them, right? From the floor all the way up to the ceiling. The ceiling is slightly domed, and you come into this room, and it's dark at the back corner of it, or not corner, but the other side of it. So you come in, you can see most of the room. Everything is covered in a thick layer of sludge. And then at the back, there is shadow. And from the shadow, you can hear a faint scratching sound.
Scratching how?
Like
nails on a chalkboard, like scratching,
like fevered scratching. Maybe like somebody is writing or something like that. You can hear like the sort of scritching sound. It sounds a bit like when Ramus is like writing quickly, right? You like the sound of, I guess there's that's with a brush, but it's the same kind of sound, that like scratching sound.
Okay.
But it's not like animal claws or anything. It's like a person doing something.
Seems to be coming from,
but it's in the shadow. You can't see it.
Yeah, seems to be coming from
now with my
in this room beyond the archway. right?
Yeah, it's somewhere in this chamber. It's on the other side beyond what you can see.
Okay. Where are we gonna see?
So within 120 feet, I like dark vision and all that kind of stuff. Can I make out what it is, who it is, something like that? Anything?
You cannot.
No.
There's a cloud obscuring your sight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Adam, can I make an Arcana check if I can recognize what this black material in the ethereal plane is?
Yeah, definitely.
10.
No idea.
Nope.
I'll step a foot into the archway passage, whatever
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, you're walking into a cylindrical like chamber. So
yeah.
you're walking
I
there.
kind of take
Okay.
one foot and just step in and stop. Does anything change when I do that?
Nope.
I turn around. Ramus, first sight of anything, get us out of here. Are we clear?
Aye, Captain.
Every single time.
Yeah.
As things get progressively more and more fucked up. Ramus, I just
Well,
can't stress this
Like,
enough.
I don't know what else to say at this point.
This is okay right now.
I don't know what else
But
to
any
say.
moment now, it could get more fucked up and pull us out then.
Because I don't want
Ramus, I
something
need
that-
to be clear. I need to be clear with you. I expected you to pull the ripcord at a 4.
Yeah.
We're at about a 7 now. So I don't
Here's
know
the
what
thing.
you're thinking, but
I don't want something from this realm to grab us so one of us is like unable to get out and then 3 of us leave immediately. That would be the biggest fear. But yeah, I say that, turn back, and I push into the room with the archway
Okay.
entrance.
all right.
Right behind him.
You move towards. Yeah, and so what you
Yep.
see as you come into the room is you see that this cloud of shadow is it's like roiling smoke. So you can see the edges of it. You can see where the kind of clouds billow out and dissolve. And it's like roiling in on itself. But if we filmed this, it would be like dye in water and then superimposed and played backwards. So it's moving in this like odd off-frame kind of way. And it seems to be both coming from and then reforming back into like a torus shape. The donut, not the bull. Into something in the center. So something is both creating this black vapor, but also breathing it back in. And it's moving in and out as if it is being breathed, right? So it recedes and expands and sort of swirls around this figure as you move into the room. And Maharib, you hear a voice in your ear, and you hear, "Shall we play them a song?" And then all of a sudden, the other 3 of you hear the horrible flute cacophony all at once, like just suddenly full volume, just blasting in your ears. Everybody needs to make a wisdom save.
Everyone,
Oh, Jesus,
including
God.
me.
No, you are immune to it. You can no longer be affected by the hellish piping of this hideous creature.
I will use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
At 28.
All right. So, Ramus, you are unaffected for now. 10 Pillars and Berg. 10 Pillars and Berg, you hear the horrible piercing fluting sound, and I need everyone to roll initiative real quick.
What?
Wow. Pull us
We're
out!
gonna have a
Yes.
fight in the ethereal plane. Fuck yeah! I'm stoked. Let's go.
Okay, let
I
me
knew I should
get
use my
my
inspiration on that fucking roll too. God
Yeah,
damn it!
yeah,
I clicked the button too fast.
there we go.
Oh wait a minute. Hold on.
Roll for me.
Oh fuck. Fuck balls. Shit dicks.
Shit dicks fuck.
Okay.
Do we want to show what
Indeed.
you just put on the map to everyone?
Oh yeah, would you like to? Yeah. Here, we'll make it all huge.
Okay.
What's that all?
Hello, boys. Okay. Cool. I'm missing somebody. Ramus, Mahari. Oh, did you rolled 10 pillars? So you didn't
Yeah,
click
I
the
didn't select my
initiative.
token on accident.
I'll just add. What'd you get?
Nothing. Let me roll again.
You got 4.
Okay.
I see.
I got a
I
4.
see it.
I don't even have a
All right.
fucking weapon.
So, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Fuck.
You're on the wrong neighborhood, Berg. So So, first things first, the creature gets to go. It is going to tendrils burst from the floor, the ceiling, and the walls and start lashing at you. Hideous black tendrils. They grow teeth. They have eyes and mouths. Many of them faces of familiar people morphing and melting. And it generates limbs enough to attack 1d4 plus 1 times. So it can attack twice this turn. It will attack Maharib, always 1. That +1 is always on Maharib. And then I will randomly pick somebody else. So Maharib. I get a 17.
I have 19. Miss.
There you go. So you dodge out of the way. One of these tendrils lashes out at you. You block it with one hand and roll aside as it slams into the ground. And then the other one, I'll roll a D3. Actually, I'll roll a D4 because it might be another attack on Maharib.
Rolling a D4, you said?
Yeah, just to figure out who it is. All right. So 1 starting with Maharib. Yep. All right. So another attack on Maharib. This time I get another 17. Okay. So you are fast enough that you dodge away from these lashing tendrils as they burst up out of the floor and start flailing around, trying to grab you. Berg, I need you to roll. So you are under the effects of a confusion spell. So I'm gonna get you to roll, and we're gonna see what happens.
Shit.
All right.
So
Fuck.
you want to roll a D10 for me, or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
In a moment.
A 6. Okay, you do nothing. You do not move or take actions this turn. What does that look like? Is Berg like grabbing at his head and screaming? Is he just like looking around scared? Like what do we see?
Yeah, maybe it's like because this started from is this still happening? This like loud noise while this is all happening?
Yes, yeah. Everybody except Maharib hears the like weird flute, clarinet, horror.
Yeah, so maybe maybe if it's like, you know, it comes on suddenly like full volume, he's just kind of grabbing it towards his head and his ears.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. It's the effects of a confusion spell, but I got to check. Okay. All right. So I got to roll to see how long it's going to last. I will do that for you. And
I'm enjoying this sick ethereal jazz, though. You don't get to see ethereal performances.
I never
like
get to go out to the ethereal jazz club anymore.
Plus, and it seems like we're in a fight, but really it's a jazz performance and a rare one at that. So we should all really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really hard when your friends make you come out and listen to their jam band. You got to pretend like you like it. All right. So, okay, countdown for Berg has begun on the effect. Okay. Maharib, you can go. You're not currently under the effects of a confusion spell.
How far away is the creature from us?
Everywhere.
Meaning that there's not necessarily a humanoid
You
figure. You are standing 2 inches into it. It's all over the floor, the walls, and the ceiling. There is the roiling cloud of shadow kind of at the back side of the room, but we don't know what the hell is going on over there. So safe to say this thing is not proneable.
Yes, it has no naturally up or down state. So yeah.
And again, Ramus, the first sign of trouble. Just
yeah.
I mean, instead of, you know what, because we're not going to get through this whole situation, because even Ramus's first turn, like Ramus can't stop the spell until he's got his mind back, right? Until he frees himself from the fluting confusion. So maybe what we should do here is, stop on Maharib looking around like, what the fuck are we going to do? And then, and then we can cut there. Let's do that. And then we'll pick up with
45 minutes to an hour.
It'll keep going. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, it is. There's a chance that you do have the ripcord, but Ramus has dropped it in the mud and needs to pick it up again.
Yeah. Well, he actually was the only one to pass his wisdom save. So I don't know if that.
That's true. Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Ramus will have to make one more save, and then we'll.
Okay.
But we'll do it next episode. We'll talk about all that stuff.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll end there then. And then we'll remind Ramus once again, if shit gets bad, to pull the ripcord. Just one.
Pull the ripcord.
Let's do some shout outs here before we do goals and XP. Zeke, why don't you start us off?
Will do. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you to Adam, Max, Dan, and JP for this session, and I look forward to the next session and every session to come because this is fucking awesome. I love it. If you want to catch me, I'll be on Drop Frames stupidly early tomorrow because of that the whole Sony thing that we're doing with me, JP, and Rami. Rami's going to be there for the Sony thing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Drop Frames to follow after that. And then after Drop Frames is over, I will be probably premiering on a new role-playing show, new-ish. It's had 2 episodes, and it's going into the 3rd one. And I think I will be in guest starring as an NPC called Gone on twitch.tv/table story. Should be a lot of fun. It's weird, wild, wacky, sci-fi, good stuff. Oh, not sci-fi. You know what? Just watch it. It's kind of hard to explain. It's great though. It's got a lot of great people in it. John Simon, Brad Woto, Elspeth Eastman, PB, Pumpkinberry being the DM, and a bunch of people. If you ever watch Nocturne, a bunch of people from that. But if you want to watch me fuck around with teenagers in a fucking TV world, come noon Pacific on Thursday. Yes, Persona 4 Golden continues then. So that's all I got.
Cool. Dan, do some shout outs for us. And remember, if anything goes wrong, get us out of here.
Should I wait till after he swallows us, or like
At
is
the
that
second
like
that something happens and it's bad. Get us out of there.
I'm DansGaming, variety streamer on Twitch. I will be covering the PS5 thing tomorrow, and also doing Doom Eternal on Thursday at 9 a.m. and then Animal Crossing at 9 a.m. on Friday. So it should be a fun, super busy week. Thanks for having me on the show. This is so much fun. I love doing the D&D every week. It's like, who would have thought we'd be going in ethereal plane and seeing like some Cthulhu thing like at the end. So you never know what's going to happen on the show, and I cannot wait to see what happens next week. Thanks for having me on the show.
Awesome stuff. Max, do some shout outs for us.
Hello, I'm GassyMexican, another variety streamer here on Twitch. Thanks for watching. What the fuck is going on? I don't even have a weapon. Rip the cord at the first sign of I don't have a weapon and we're fighting a giant whatever the fuck this is. Just rip the cord.
Once something bad happens, I'll do it.
Just once something bad happens, yeah. Whatever you determine that is. Otherwise, we can just enjoy this sweet ethereal jazz creature play this great melody. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me on any of the stuff on the internet, I think if I get it right, it's all up in here. Might be streaming later on tonight. Don't know what. Might just have some beers and enjoy a St. Patrick's Day playing some games. But you can follow on the Twitter or look at Twitter and see if that happens. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and be safe. Do what you got to do, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Cool stuff. I'll do shout outs here real quick before Adam goes. Tomorrow, Drop Frames, like Zeke was saying, doing the PS5 or streaming stuff like Zeke was saying. What's the show? Echoes of Eternity. It's too many shows. Sorry. That's on Thursdays now, so there's no Echoes tomorrow night. So we're going to be journeying through some more Neo 2 tomorrow. Everyone, can you see the excitement? I'm actually looking forward to it. I wind down after not playing that game for a day, and I get excited to play it again. So if you want to see me fight a giant pig-faced, kind of Adam, I would call it an Adam Coble monster. That's what we're starting with tomorrow. A pig-faced mosquito thing that's 30 times my size. Adam Coble monster. That'll be what we're doing after Drop Frames. Probably finishing up Neo 2. We're going to try on Thursday. And then just like everyone else on Friday, I'll be playing Doom Eternal and potentially checking out Animal Crossing. Although I have no intention of actually liking that game. I just want to see and try to understand why everyone else does. And then more stuff throughout the next couple of weeks because there's a ton of games coming out. We will also be doing Alex on Monday on the Index, the VR game from Valve. So should be a lot of fun. Adam, do some shout outs for us.
I would love to. Special thanks today to Miskatonic University for sending me to the deepest reaches of the Antarctic to find that monster. I'm really excited about the next episode. If you would like to check out the other stuff that I do, you can find me on Twitter at Skinnyghost, on Twitch, twitch.tv/AdamKoble, and then right back here this weekend for Far Verona, which now that I've watched the first episode of season 3 of Westworld, I'm even more excited about. So come by and check that out. I put a Q&A thread up on community.itmeJP.com, so you can go and ask me questions over there and talk about the episode. And yeah, I'm going to give these guys some experience, and we're going to do the post show.
Awesome stuff.
So let's see. Not a lot accomplished, but lots attempted today. So
I think me and Dan got a goal
Ramus.
accomplished.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I'll cross both of these out, and I'll note. Actually, we'll do them one at a time. But Ramus, because it'll be the same value for both of you. You're level 16, Ramus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Where's my calculator? So you achieved your goal of getting into the temple peacefully. Now for you, that is 3,200. Yeah. Okay. 3,200 for that. Get the soldiers to talk to us. I think you. Yeah, you did. You did that. Like, you got the priest to talk to you, and he represents the soldiers. Like, you actually managed to, like, that was a successful scene. So yeah, you accomplished that goal as well. Nice. And then you worked on getting Southern Wind to help you. So that's another. What's your 50 times your level? How much is that?
Like 800.
I think you are right. Wow, big episode for Ramus. 14,400 experience. Yeah, 14.4.
Jesus.
Wow.
Like the fastest modems ever made.
Wait,
All right.
Wait,
how many goals did you
14.4, really?
accomplish? Was it just one?
He accomplished two goals. So let me see. 16 times 2. So another 3,200 plus another. Oh, okay. No, it's 7,200. Yeah, sorry. Because
Okay.
I doubled it when I was doing
Like
that.
a lot.
I was
7,200.
going to say, I don't
No,
think
it's not.
anybody has been given that amount of XP the entire
put
show.
I started doing the math. He did accomplish 2 goals. They weren't difficult goals. They were easy ones.
yeah.
But you know, we're at the point where that's
thing-
possible with higher level ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
was just
So
like,
Ramus,
what
you'll
the
need
fuck?
2 more. I know, right? Thank you. So you'll need 2 more. And then Berg, you worked on.
I just
You
worked
got
on
into the
one,
temple. Yeah, got into the temple and worked on 1. So it's 800 plus 3,200. No, it's funny. Berg, it says here you get 7 million experience. There's something wrong with my calculator. You get 4,000. 4,000.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay. And then 10 pillars. You have worked on finding how the cadre has survived. You worked on leaving the camp alive, and you worked on convincing the cadre to join your cause. So that's 15 times 50 times 3. So that's 2,250 for 10 pillars.
Nice.
2250. And for Maharib, it is.
Now I'm gonna. If it sounds like I'm fishing for XP, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
specifically wrote the goal: gain entry into the temple without being noticed, as a way to fish for more XP. The without being noticed being the way to fish for more XP. Were we successful in that, or was I successful in that?
Counterpoint, you were noticed by an extraplanar ethereal monster.
So would I fail that then?
I think
Because I wasn't exact in who would notice us, because I didn't know there was a fucking extra Cthulhu
Nope.
demon in here.
He
You
got
definitely
into
would
the
not
temple.
have encountered.
I did get into
You-
the
you
temple without being noticed until we were in the temple, and then we got noticed within the temple. Counterpoint.
Technically, the fluting you heard started outside of the temple.
That's not being-
Counterpoint.
That's not being
No, I
noticed,
think it's
though.
fine. I know what you meant. It was not noticed by soldiers. I'm not going to be like, hey, the thing you didn't know about, you fucking idiot. No, that's fine. You did it.
Okay.
It's okay. So for you, that was a medium goal. All right. And then learning the truth about Southern Wind, you also worked on that one. So that's another 800, 7,200. Same as Ramus.
Sweet.
7,200. There you go.
What goals got accomplished today? Like actually got accomplished?
Get into the temple.
Which, like, in general,
Maharib.
everybody
Ramus, what did you
everybody
get
with a
today?
Gideon goal had it. Yeah. So Maharib got 1,
I
Bird
didn't
got
have a
1, and
Gideon
Ramus got 2.
okay.
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
had convince, leave alive, and find out
Yep.
goals. Yeah,
Yep. Well,
that was good.
Adam, I left the camp. I'm technically not in the camp. I'm in the ethereal plane.
That's
Joking.
true.
So let me just rewind a second.
It doesn't work.
Don't kill
Zeke.
me.
It doesn't work. Zeke, it doesn't work.
Right before Mahari, right before you take
Dan,
your turn,
Dan, get
10
us out of here.
pillars
Get us out of the ethereal.
explodes.
Pull the
Let's
ripcord
explode.
now before Adam
Yeah.
says what he's gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're fine. Okay,
All right.
cool. So Dan, do you know what you want your goals to be? Your other two? Same with Berg and
yeah.
Mahari, or do you guys want to wait for this? You have an idea?
Get the party back to the material plane,
Mhm.
and then find out what Sutherland's grand plan is.
Okay. All right, cool. Berg, do you know what you want your third goal to be?
No, I'll figure it out before.
You don't think on it? Okay, that's
It'll
fine.
probably be something
And then
along those
Mahari,
lines.
you got a spot for one. What do you do you know what you want to do with it?
I think because it's plot revealing, I'm going to keep it secret and I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, because this place and this thing and everything, it's tied to
It's tied to the
you. And
character, yeah.
big ups to everybody who like has been watching long enough or recently binged enough to immediately grab the connection between the weird music and the last time we had a cursed musical instrument. That was I was impressed at how fast chat caught on. There were a lot of people who were like, I know what's going
I don't
on.
fucking
I
remember
see.
that.
Well, we're going to talk about it in the
Yeah.
post show.
Remember that at all?
For
It's
sure.
pretty good. Yeah, we'll talk about it more in the post show, but thank you, chat. That's very, very satisfying for me. I like it when that happens.
Do I remember that, or is that before my time?
You remember when you get your eyeballs sucked out?
Oh, you
Oh, God,
remember
okay.
it.
It's right around that same period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Cool.
writing my goal. Cool.
That's all right.
I remember
all right,
when
that's
you
it.
were
We're done.
blind.
Yeah, when you were blind. We're going to go do that post show, patreon.com/roleplay. If you want to watch that, we're going to post it up in about 45 minutes to an hour. That's it for Court of Swords. We'll see you Thursday for Echoes of Eternity or Saturday for Far Verona Season 2. Or if you want to watch some drop frames with me and Zeke and Rami, and then eventually Code tomorrow morning, we're going to be starting an hour earlier to watch the PS5 thing and then just talking about everything else that's going on in the world of games at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that is it for us. We're out. We'll see you next week for more. Go wash your hands. Stay healthy. Stay inside.
That's right.
Don't get sick. Good luck. See you next week.
Bye.